I I just want you to know that in this family, we love unconditionally. And that means we love you for who you are, no matter what.
This story took place right here in central Indiana. It was so hard to believe as it was unfolding, and we are now getting a retelling of the story on Hulu in Good American Family. I'm talking with Emmy nominee Mark Duplass, Imogen Faith Reid. So, Imogen, this story is all about your character. Tell us what it's all about.
So Good American Family is a family drama based on the adoption of Natalia Grace, and it's told through multiple perspectives. We start from the Barnetts, then Natalia, and then the court case. So you've really got to watch the whole thing to get the full picture.
So right about that. And Mark, your character is Michael Barnett. He's in love, married, well, to start with Ellen Pompeo, and you guys have this great relationship to start, and you also have a great relationship with Natalia at the beginning. What is that like building these relationships with these characters on screen?
I mean, it's so fun. I get to act at once with TV legend Ellen Pompeo and learn from her, and at the same time watch her approach her first big role after all those years on Grey's Anatomy, you know? So that combination of confidence and nerve she had was really fun to be with. And at the same time, this one over here is doing her first speaking role. She's been on set as a background actor, but she's doing a character that's based on a real life character in an accent that's not her own accent, with new physicality, playing someone that is not her age. Like those are things you wait like 15 years to do with the experience, and she was just thrown in. So I was in a very wonderful sandwich between these two, and I learned a lot.
So great to hear that. I mean, Imogen, you are out of this world in this, especially this fifth episode that people are obviously going to see after they watch the first four. And we get inside Natalia's head in that episode. I mean, what is it like to tell her story? Because still to this day, here in central Indiana, we still don't really know the full truth of this story, but we see it from both sides. What is it like to get in Natalia's head for this?
Um, I going into it, I wanted to portray my own version of Natalia, and I just wanted to portray her, especially in my own POV of like just empowerment and the light and justice, and that was super important for me. You know, as an actor, you have to empathize with your character. You have to, you know, always support your character through every decision that they make. And yeah, it was a real honor to play Natalia.
You did it justice as well. And Mark, I love limited series, are my favorite form of medium. We get start to finish storyline. And in this one, I mean, it's just so exciting from front to finish because, like you said, we get those perspectives. Did you get much input from the Barnetts or Natalia while this show was being made?
Yeah, I didn't speak to Michael Barnett. For me, it was important to create a character that, I felt that I could play successfully. So there's always that pressure when you're playing a public figure of, well, how much am I going to do an impersonation, or what are these mannerisms that I'm going to pick up? But I kind of quickly realized that the most important part of this character was to play someone who clearly has some mental health issues, who has some damage in their past. These are all things I can identify with, and figure out what are they going to do to try and right things for the next generation. That's something I can really identify with. We all want to get it better the second time around, but we're all not so equipped when you're trying to get it better and it doesn't go well. That's the real fascinating part of this story. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and you can definitely watch it play out here.
Fascinating is the perfect adjective to describe Good American Family. Audiences here in Central Indiana are going to love it, and all over the world. Make sure you watch it on Hulu starting March 19th. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
True crime fans know the names Natalia Grace, Michael Barnett, Kristine Barnett, but what they don't know are these two great additions to this story, played by the incredible six-time Emmy nominee Christina Hendricks, Dule Hill. So, Christina, tell us where your character comes in Good American Family.
Hi. I play Cynthia Mans, and I come in episode 6 as we start to shift the perspective from the Barnett's point of view into Natalia's point of view. And I'm coming in as a point of comfort and safety and a place of nurturing for Natalia.
What about your character, Dule?
I play Detective Brandon Drysdale, and really I am the guide for the audience. I think my character is the eyes of the audience, and the emotional journey that he goes on will reflect also, I think, where the audience goes of trying to understand what is happening, trying to navigate through the different presented cases of truth to come to some understanding of what actually is. And you know, you see him, he has a point of view from the beginning when we first meet him, but as the series goes on, his perspective of the entire situation changes.
The show is giving us multiple perspectives because, like we always say, like there's there's truth to everything, whether it's you're seeing one side, seeing the other side. And I grew up here in Indianapolis. This story was front and center on all the news networks, including here at WTHR. Christina, were you familiar with this case before you took on this show?
I oddly wasn't. It somehow passed me by, and as soon as I brought it to my husband, he was like, "Oh, of course, this is the wildest story." And Dule was familiar with it, but I was introduced to it from the script.
It's incredible to hear. Dule, what did you know about this case as you were getting ready to be on this show as well?
I'd watched the docuseries about at least the first season of it, and I was really intrigued that this actually occurred in this day and age. And when I had a chance when I came across the script and I was given the opportunity to be a part of this cast, I was really blown away how Katie Robbins and Sarah Sutherland shifted the perspectives throughout the storytelling. And that's what made this interesting to me. Because my thing was like, well, yes, we've heard of this story, but the fact that the perspective is changing and how that affects you emotionally and your understanding of it, that was the thing that really drew me into wanting to be a part of it. And of course, working with the phenomenal cast that is assembled, it's like, come on. You know, you get a chance to work with Ellen Pompeo, Mark Duplass, you know, Christina Hendricks, you know, Imogen Faith Reid, who did a phenomenal job in her first leading role. And it was a joy to be a part of this experience.
Terrific performances included. And I can tell you, true crime is not a fad. It's not going away. People are loving it more than ever. And we're getting these adaptations for a show like this. Christina, what do you think keeps bringing people back into true crime, whether it be fictional retellings like this or in docuseries?
I think it's watching human behavior. We're all humans, and yet we can't believe that someone could get to this place, that these extraordinary things could happen, a domino effect, and you end up in the wildest circumstances. You just can't honestly believe they're real. You think, well, you're human and I'm human, but I can't even imagine something like this. So I think it's just a character study of human nature and how things can go so awry and how they can be looked at in such different ways.
It's terrific storytelling from start to finish. People are going to be fascinated by Good American Family on Hulu starting March 19th. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thank you.